Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between. My name is Stevel, and today we're going to be looking at how you resolve multiple triggers in the Godzilla card game. So, the most frequent situations that people ask questions about is one, what happens when you have multiple evolutions happening at the beginning of your main step? And then another one is frequently used with the rank 1 King Ghidorah 1991 when it stomps on two revenge or even just one revenge card when you use an invasion action. So we're going to look at both of those scenarios. We're going to go ahead and we'll start with evolution. All right, so I've got the field set up. We have drawn the cards for the turn. In this case, it's 1, so clearly my opponent is winning because I'm sitting at a rank 3. But now that Rage Zone and strategies have been cleared, cards have been drawn, we're moving to the beginning of the main step, and we have 3 different battle cards that have evolution at the beginning of our main step. And the way evolution works is each of them has evolution, number, and then a trait. You can look through your deck for a card with a rank equal to or lower than the stated number that has the stated trait. So rank 5 or lower Mothra, rank 7 or lower Biollante, rank 8 or lower Destroya. Alright, so in order to represent all of these triggers, we don't. Godzilla doesn't exactly have a stack, it's just kind of a group of triggers that need to be resolved. So I'll just put these cards in the rage zone. They will represent what triggers have now happened and need to be resolved. So you can now actually choose which one of the 3 you want to resolve first. Let's just go ahead and grab the Mothra first. So move that one out of the way. Search your deck for a Mothra card, and then you'll go ahead and put it on top. And when that happens, this has an enters effect. So we're going to go ahead and add that trigger to the options of triggers that we can use, that we can resolve. All right. Now, if you choose to resolve the draw 1 card when it enters up from evolution, you'll have to shuffle your deck. But if you want to do one of these 2 evolution triggers instead, you can in fact just say, oh, I'm going to evolve the next one. So we're going to go ahead and we'll evolve this Biollante next. So we'll search for a rank 7 or lower Biollante and put it on top. Now this one actually has 2 enters effects. So we'll go ahead and that one is the one that will put tentacles into play, and that one is the one that looks at your discard to see if you've got 2 Biollantes to have your opponent shuffle their discard. And now you can again choose how you want to resolve things. So since this actually isn't going to affect whether or not we need to shuffle our deck, let's just go ahead and do the effect that looks at our discard. The discard is empty, so the opponent actually doesn't need to do anything with that. And then we'll go ahead and we will create the tentacle tokens. And we'll put those both into play in adjacent spaces. And now we still have either the Mothra draw 1 card or the Destroya, and we'll just go ahead and have all of our cards drawn at the same time. So we'll do the Destroya next. Find a Destroya, and now you've got to shuffle your deck. Yep. Oh, because we have another enters effect that happens. Alright, and now we get to choose which order. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose to draw 1 first, and then I'll do the draw 2 and discard 2. Draw 2, and then look at my hand, and I will discard 2. Ta-da! And then that is all of the effects that have now happened. If my opponent had any effects that would happen at the beginning of my main step, they would then resolve all of those triggers, and then I would go into being able to play cards from my hand from this point. And that is how you resolve multiple evolution triggers. Okay, and now we're going to look at what happens with the invasion and revenge interactions, specifically when you've got a trigger from moving from invasion or just advancements in general. So I've got it all set up again, got the hand, and what's going to happen here is you have this King Ghidorah 1991. It has the effect of whenever it advances, you take the top card of your deck and put it into the discard pile. And then we have two cards with revenge, a Dorat and a Cretaceous King Ghidorah. So, what happens if you, say, choose to discard this 2-step to invade twice? First, you will take the invasion action. You have to conclude all the movement, with the one exception of stepping on things is an interrupt. So anytime your monster moves on top of a battle card, it'll just immediately get destroyed. So now your Ghidorah has moved twice, and we have a whole bunch of triggers that have now been added. These two Space Godzillas with their when invading effect will represent the Ghidorah's deck to discard, and then we also have both of the revenge effects, which trigger when they get stomped on or destroyed by card effects, specifically stomped on by a monster card. Alright, so now you actually do get to choose what order you want to do this in. There are, in fact, two monsters that are King Ghidorah in the discard pile, and that's what these revenge effects do. They let you get back a King Ghidorah monster card. So, you could choose to grab both of those. So we'll just go ahead and do that. But then, what if you wanted to see what was actually on top of your deck? That's going to have to go into the discard no matter what anyway. So let's go ahead and do one. It's a strategy, so you're not getting a monster. Let's go ahead and do the other one. And it is a monster. So does that change our options? It in fact does not. So then we can go ahead and resolve this one, and we can get back either one of the monsters. Let's just go ahead and grab the one on top. And now we've resolved all of those things. Remember, when you do invasion, you need to finish your movement before you go ahead and resolve any of the effects that happen from the movement, such as revenge or the when invading or advancing effects. But that is how that works in a nutshell. Okay, so that is both examples of multiple triggers from evolution, also multiple triggers off of invasion and revenge. I hope that helped you understand the way that those work more easily. And thank you again for watching. I hope you're able to enjoy this game as much as I do.